Hello, everyone. For for the ones who don't know me, I'm Isa. I'm from Colombia. So English is my second language, so sorry if you don't understand some of my words. I'm going to try to do my best to explain myself and to share with you today. So I was praying these days, like 1 week, when Evan says to me that if I can share today, and I was having something prepared, but today God changed the plans. So the thing that I was preparing, I'm not going to share that. I'm going to share another thing, and I'm going to start sharing about my life and who I am and all the things that God did in my life. I feel this is too big for me, so I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm just. Maybe you can. Oh, yeah. Thank you. So, like I say, I'm from Colombia. Um, I'm the last one for 6 brothers and sister. 4 brothers and 2 sisters. One is me. And yeah, I don't know who is my father. Uh, yeah, my mom is a single mother. I think I'm not sure, but we are for different fathers. So I don't know who is my father, and my another brothers don't know who is the fathers of them. Um, so yeah, I I'm so thankful for the life that God gave me. A few time ago, I was just saying always uh, to wanting to have another life, but now I'm grateful for that life. Yeah. So so we were 6. One of my brothers, the biggest one, he just stayed with my grandfathers because my mom, she was pregnant when she was like 15 or 14, and her father was so strict, so they take the child, and my mom run away for her house. Sorry. So when she ran away for her house, she went to another city and she started to live in the streets. So when she started to live in the streets, she was trying to find the way to survive. And in that process of her life, we start to born, the 5 of us. So in that process, she didn't study in the school, so she don't know how to write good and to read because she never go to the school. Um, so yeah, in that process that she was in the streets, we were born. I don't remember too much things of my life because I was the little one, and yeah, I always try to remember, but it's difficult. But I remember that my brothers, because they are more bigger than me, they were tell me like histories or things about our family. And one of the things that they told me that sometimes we was eating the food of the street, or yeah, we was sleeping in a small room of sink and next to the garbage with rats, and the bathroom was outside, so too much worse things that. But I don't remember that things, but they was telling me that things. So yeah, and the times come ahead, and we start to grow up. They were more big than me, and we moved to another place, to a house more big. And in that house was one man who was working with wood. So he was knowing about my mom, and he tell to my mom about this place, one orphanage, that maybe can help her. So she decided to put 3 of my brothers to that orphanage, and she decided to stay with me and with the big one, because the big one was like us, a father, because he was taking care of us when my mom was in the streets. So in that time when my brothers went to the orphanage and I stayed with my mom, she always went out to try to find a job. That place says to my mom, if you find a job and you find a good place, we can take back your children. So that was my mom's plan, and she was always trying to find a job. So she left to the street with my big brother, and she locked me in that room because I was the small ones. So I think was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. I was always thinking, where were my brothers? So I realized that my brothers were in the orphanage. In that time was 2 years that I stayed with my mom, because I was baby in that time. And I remember that image that always was my mom look at me. So when she looked at me, that I grew up 2 years without people around me, without food, without too much things that created me like I call a bubble. So was my world, my everything, because was the only thing that I know. So in that time, my mom didn't find a job. She didn't find anything, so she back to the orphanage, and that time she back with me. So this time she said, I can live more with my child. Can you take her? So I start to live in that orphanage with my another 3 brothers. The biggest one, he stayed with my mom because he was, I don't remember what age, so he stayed with her. So I came to this orphanage, and the plan again was that my mom was trying to find a job, a better house, a better life, so we can, the 4 of us, came back with her. But that never happened, and we stayed all our lives there. So in this orphanage is a Christian orphanage. Principally was a YWAM orphanage. So that's the reason that I know YWAM. That's the reason that I know about God. And yeah, so I'm coming to do that. I remember one of the women, when I went there, she told me, we were like 8, 9 kids in the same house. And she said to me, all the kids were running around you, screaming, talking, playing, and you just like staying in your world. Because the thing that I said before, I was just alone. So for me was different, was a difficult process to just to accept the hugs of the people, to accept the food, because I didn't eat too much. So that is one of the reasons that I was too skinny, because I was, I don't remember the word, but I was so skinny. And it was too much things that she was saying to me. The first time that I saw you, this was, so she said, we was working too hard with you because these things come. And so I started to grow up, and I was having everything that you can think: a good school, good clothes, good food, good bed, good everything, and yeah, good gifts. Every December, one group of America comes to our orphanage to give us gifts. So I was, when I was like 10, 11, 12, I started to realize about my life and thinking about who I am. And I remember one of my brothers, he always said to me, don't tell to another people that we are living in one orphanage. just tell that we are normal, we have a normal family. So I start to say that lie every time to show to the people that I was good, I didn't need anything, I'm just me and my brother, and just was all. But I was remember that I was having something inside of me, that sadness, that loneliness, that things that I take when I was with my mom, that things start to go outside of me. So I was having everything good. I was pretending that I was good, but inside of me, I was feeling horrible. I was like, I don't like myself. I don't like the place that I'm. I don't like that I don't know my father. I don't like too much things about me. So that was my fight every day. So I always just wake up and it's like, really, I don't want to live. And once a month, we went to one place, the place that all the fathers come to visit the children in that orphanage. And I remember that my desire was always to go back with my mom. It was like, just I don't want to accept the things that was happening in me, and I just want to running away for my reality that I was living. And yeah, so I start to grow up more, and I was having these things inside of me. Like I was listening about God. I was going to a church. I was having a good person around me. I was having people that was always talking about the God of love, but that things never come inside of me because I was having that like darkness in my life. So I remember that one day I was just so tired about me, and yeah, we changed the houses because more kids come. So the small ones comes to my house. So my brothers moved to another house. So there is start to have a change in the house that I was living. And in that time, the woman that was taking care of us, she went. So another person come. So when this another person come, that now she's my adopted mom. Thanks to her, she started to work too hard with me. And I remember that she always was trying to help me to be open. So, but I was so close because I was thinking, if I receive her love, or if I receive the love of someone, they are going to leave me again like my mom or my dad did. So I was prefer to be alone and don't open my heart to anyone because they are going to just leave me alone. So that was my thinking. So I was so close with the people. I never say I love you to someone. I never say anything because that was the thing that I was having inside of me. So this woman came and she was working to hurt me. And I remember that one day she was like trying to help me. And yeah, that day I was crying in my room and say, I'm tired. I don't want more. You are talking about this God. I'm listening about this God, but I'm tired because I don't feel that love. I don't feel love. I don't feel anything. I'm tired to be here. I'm tired to have this life. I'm tired to everything. So just I don't want anything. And I remember that day I was crying and crying and crying and crying too much in my room. And she was praying for me. And then she left me and say, I think you need to have an encounter with God. So she left me. And I just crying. And I say, okay, if you're a real God, I know that you're real, but I don't feel you. I don't believe in that you are here in my life. And that night, I'm just feel this presence, like someone hugging me and saying, I was with you always. I were with you when you work with your mom. I'm here and I'm going to be with you in the present. So this image, because I was always thinking I always alone, I be always alone. So it's just me. But he showed me this image of someone's always staying in that dark room, and the room that I was always locked. So when he showed me that, I was like, okay, so this is real. And when he showed me that, something changed, and I start to say, okay, I have to heal, to change too much things in my life, because I know that I'm not okay. So I start to heal too much things, to process too much things. And my mom was always with me doing that. She was always saying to me, go and pray to God and ask him to show him what is the thing that is making you to react like that. Or ask him, why are you feeling like that? Let's come and pray together. So we start to do that things, and he was showing me too much things about my life with my biological mom. And I start to process, to heal, to forgive my mom, forgive my biological father, even if I don't know him, forgive my brothers, and forgive myself. So I start to do that. That was like when I was in the last years of the school. So I was seeing that some missionaries come, people that was like my mom, she's from another country, she's from Venezuela. So she was my best example. She left her house, her family, her everything to just come to take care of us. Sorry. And I was saying, if she did that for me, I want to start to do that thing for another people. And but I was knowing my mom was always saying to me, you first you have to heal and forgive too much things in your life, and then God is going to start to work in you in the plan that He has for you. So yeah, I start to do that thing. I accept myself and start to. I think I'm even in that process too. Every time, every year comes a new thing that I need to forgive in my life and heal. And so I finished my school. I went to the DTS because I was wanting to do something different. Just to don't. I was saying I don't want to have a normal life and finish the school and study in the university and work and do this. I was wanting to have something different in my life. And in the DTS, I was a shy person. I was like, I'm just me, and if someone come to talk to me, I was like, okay, just. So that was a big thing, because when I went to my DTS was my first time that I went out to my country, when I went out for my house, when I went out of my like secure place. So was a time to grow, was a time that God was working in me, and was a time that I was working to be more close with God. So in that process, my thinking was study something, like do my DTS, and then study and work and help my mom that she can have a house and to have a good life. That was one of my plans. But when I went to my outreach, that the thing that we are doing here, we went to an orphanage, and that place like breaks my heart and opened my heart too, because I was saying I understand these children. I understand these the things that they are living. So I'm just see myself in they, and I was liking to be with the people, to just listen and see the people. So that's the reason that when I back to my house to study social work. So I study social work, and but I was always having the missions, missionary, and my mom as example to do something different. And I was always remember that I was saying, I don't want to be like my biological mom. I don't want to be pregnant and that the person that is next to me to leave me. I don't want to leave my children alone. So I was with this fear, so I was like, I have to work hard to don't be like her, to change my history, to change everything that I was like my fears and everything. I want to change that. So I remember that my adopted mom, she was always remember me. You are different. You are going to change the history of your family. You are different, and you are not going to repeat the history about your biological mom. So I was repeating for myself always that, because I was with fear. I was just thinking what I'm going to do. I was just like 19 years, so I have to leave the orphanage. So too much things comes to my mom, to my mind, and in that time, one of my sister that she's adopted to, she started to have the legal process of adopt. So there is in Colombia, I think here also, if you want to adopt one kid, you have to have your own place. So that was the thing that I said to my mom. You have to have your own place, so you can't not be or work more in the orphanage. So my mom moved to one place. I'm talking about my adopted mom. So when she moved, when she was in this process, she said to me, I don't want to leave you here in the orphanage. I want that you come and be part of my family. So that was when she adopted me. And when she said that too much things inside of me changed, because I was not feeling like a safe. I was just having this thing that I'm part of the orphanage. I know that I have my biological family, but I don't belong to anybody. I don't belong to any family, so I'm just me. So when she says that, it's like, remember this thing that was God was saying to me, that I'm not going to leave you alone, and I'm going to be with you. So I say, yes, I want to go with you. I want to be part of your family. So we moved to one town, and we start to live, the three of us, because my mom, she's single. So my sister, me, and my mom. And then I start to study at the university, and then part of my adopted mom family comes to live with us, because in Venezuela the situation was not good. And yeah, so the time come ahead, and I remember that the mission is inside of me, that this desire to be different, to start to help someone, to take back to God the things that He did for me. Now I can do something for Him. So one day I was in the university. I was trying to find one place that I can go with YWAM again to do a second school, and I find YWAM Bethlehem. And that's the reason that I'm here, because I'm with YWAM Bethlehem. It's a long history, but I was praying in this time, because I like to share about my life, but I was preparing something just different. But I was today talking with Auntie Helen, and she remembers me one verse that I share in the Friday with the Jodes. And it's a different verse, but it says the same about that before you born, I was having a plan for you. So I say, I need to talk about this. So I have Psalm 139, no, 139, and I want to read it because I feel that it comes to the thing that I'm talking tonight. So say, you have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I arise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, to lofty for me to aid. Where I can go from your spirit, where I can flee from or your presence. If I go to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in depths, you are there. If I arise on white wings of dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light becomes the night around me. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for the darkness is a light to you. For you create my inmost being. You knit my together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know that you full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in sacred place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were writing in your before on them come to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they will outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I'm still with you. So when I was reading these psalms, I was saying, this is me, and this is all of us. God knows us better than another person, and yeah, for me, it's like always I say, I don't have words to describe the big thing that God do in my life. And yeah, I'm so grateful. I don't know. I feel that I didn't do anything good that He can, for all the things that He gave me, for the way that He changed me. I was like, He's so big and so grateful, and His love is so big to me. So yeah, it's like when I was saying to you, I don't liking to about myself, so I was trying to pretend that I'm good in all these things, but yeah, I like to be honest and say that I'm still in process, but I'm so thankful, and I can say now I understand the reason that God give me this life and give me my history, give me my biological family, and all these things. So I'm just want to that you can think today or tonight about when was the day that you have that encounter with God, and yeah, to remember that God knows about all your toes, your feet, your fears, your joy, everything about you. And yeah, and that he never going to leave you. It's a word that I have to repeat for myself always. Now that I'm Christian, I'm born again, I have him in my life, but I have to repeat again and always that he's not going to leave me, because it was a big thing for my life and was a fear that is something that sometimes I have. So he's not going to leave me. And this word that before the conception and before that I was planning. I think I was not planning in my mom's, but I was planning for God. So I was planning for him, planned for him. So I know that sometimes we have like, yeah, like, or we have like our normal life, our normal day. We wake up, we do this, we go to work and everything. But in this time, I was just feeling that God wants to have us like a special moment to have to remember our encounter with Him. Just to sit and think, what was the thing that He did in me? What is the thing that He did in you, in your life? What was that day that you decide to accept Him? What was the thing that He did to change your life? So I want to invite you that you think that, because sometimes we are doing things, we are doing ministry, that is a good thing, but we are doing these things and we don't take time to realize in all these big things that God did. And sometimes we need to just rest and sit and quiet all the thinkings, quiet all the things that are happening around us, and remember this first love that is God. So I'm just want to invite you to think and to go with your first love this night and remember what was that day that you received God, and what was that day that changed your life. And if you continue reading this psalm, it's a beautiful psalm, and yeah, you can read it in. Yeah, you can read it in your house, but I just want to encourage you that God is always with us, and no matter what, just always go to your first love and go with your Father, and yeah, that He was always with us, and He was planning something for us before we come to this world. So yes, I know that all of us, we are different. We have different lives and everything. But I just want to invite you that if you want to have this like a date to God with today, or that special moment with the God, you can stand up. I know if you need to pray, someone's to pray for you, you can come here in front. And yeah, just to have this encounter with God. And if you just feel to be quiet and sit, just remember all the things that God did in your life, but all the things that He changed in your life, and remember all the great things that He did in you. So I'm going to pray, and you are free, but just try to have this special moment with Him. Thank you, God, for all the biggest things that you did in my life and in the life of the people that are here. Thank you for your big love, and even the times that I was running away from you, you was always looking for me. And that you are always looking for us. So I don't have words to describe all the big things that you did in my life. And I just want to give you thanks for change, for heal, for be the big love and that I can have in my life. Yo oro para que tu presencia, Dios, venga a este lugar y para que tu Espíritu Santo sea tocando cada una de las personas, Dios. Que tú seas llenando el Espíritu, Dios, y que podamos conectarnos más contigo. Que podamos recordar cuál fue ese especial momento que tuvimos un encuentro contigo, Dios, y que todas las cosas que vinieron alrededor de nosotros, o todas las cosas que están alrededor de nosotros que no nos dejan conectar de la mejor manera contigo, que podamos dejarlas a un lado y que podamos conectarnos contigo, Dios. Gracias porque tú eres un Dios de cambio, gracias porque tú eres un Dios que tiene grandes cosas en nuestras vidas, y gracias porque tú cambias y tú haces cosas nuevas.